what are we doing today? We're liking, we're commenting, and we're subscribing. You know, like, you don't even have to know what we're doing. We're critiquing her outline because we're doing a thing where I teach you guys how to write with actual examples. You can find this outline and the other bits of writing in the description down below, right?
Correct.
I don't know if it got put in the comment yet, did it?
It did.
Oh,
It is in the description if
it
you
is
want to look
in
at
the
it.
description, so I better see a bunch of like weird little anonymous faces coming up.
Exactly. If you want to take a look through the outline.
Yeah, I want to see it. Okay, we could also throw it in chat, but
We could.
I don't know
Will
how
we?
to do that. I don't know. Oh, there's a buffalo.
Oh, an anonymous
buffalo. Oh, you
How
guys
do
can
you?
see it. In the corner there.
Oh, we got
Oh,
a koala.
A koala,
Very good.
a buffalo, a koala.
Howdy, you guys. Thanks for coming. Oh,
I'm
is that a
in.
raccoon?
Oh, a little raccoon.
Yes.
So Ursula didn't do any writing.
No.
She
was busy.
was busy.
Listen.
Listen, I haven't written in like a month, 2 months,
Oh.
I think 3. However, she did have the outline to look at, so we're going to be looking at the outline today, and Ursula's going to go through it
All right.
because I skimmed it and read it, but I would like you to go through it because it's very small. We can.
Yeah, it is very small. So disclaimer, I wrote this before we did our last video where we broke down the first
she hasn't
scene.
done anything.
I really haven't. I've written a couple outlines for new scenes, but it's hard. It's hard. I gotta think.
Is there a walrus?
Is there a
All I
walrus?
see is a ferret and a dragon.
Oh, dang.
Someone got to be a dragon.
Exactly.
Oh.
All right. So, okay.
Oh, you can see my little cursor.
Yes. So the way I outlined this, was based off, a outline that I found from a book forever ago, and the book has a funny name. It's called, Take Off Your Pants and Write.
Oh, okay.
And it's just about like being like a discovery writer but having like an outline. Anyways, so it is very character plot focused for this outline.
Oh, right, I can move this thing.
Yeah, but it's super character focused, and so this is all based around Lexi, the protagonist, and her character arc, like her growth as a character. All right.
Okay, take us through it. Okay.
Yes. So for the opening, I have my ice monster prologue.
Yes, we saw that.
Meaning, for people who haven't heard ice monster, it comes from
Ursula?
what?
Just go through the...
Anyways, we have our prologue where we say there's monsters coming. Then my original idea was that first scene where Lexi's skateboarding and trying to impress her brother's friend. Then kids from school show up and she leaves all grumpy and embarrassed.
Okay, then what happens?
So then, not knowing that the inciting incident actually comes at like the end of Act 1, my inciting incident was that Lexi was supposed to go off by herself and see the little monster. I've named him Eyeball. He might get a new name. I don't know. Right, but she sees Eyeball, and then one of the monsters shows up, the bad ones, and attacks her, and Eyeball saves her.
Right.
So then the next beat would be she realizes her goal. So I was thinking she talks to Eyeball and kind of bonds with him and figures out he's not from this world, and he hints that he has a family and wants to get back to his family in this other world. So then display of flaw, so showing the way Lexi needs to grow, so like showing off her starting point, kind of restating it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she goes home. Her brother. Oh, right. And she's acting weird because she's hiding this little monster. And Thomas tells her to stop being weird, go get some friends, and she doubles down that she doesn't want any friends.
Then what does she do? So she drive for the goal,
Yep.
right?
So she decides to hunt down the monsters. I'm assuming there'll be a scene in here where Eyeball can explain that they need to like defeat the monsters and get. I'm not sure what I was thinking, like pieces or shards or soul bits or whatever.
Okay, then what happens?
Um.
I'm just trying to get a summary.
Oh,
of
so right. So they go hunting. But as Lexi's about to take down a monster that they find, Kayla, one of the kids from school, and the team show up, who also have little monsters and have been fighting monsters. So Lexi wants to take the pieces to make like a portal to get Eyeball home, but Kayla wants to use the pieces to make their own monster stronger. So revisiting the flaw, Kayla invites her to join their team, but Lexi doesn't want to. Another drive for goal, so another trial. She searches for monsters on her own. The way that she fails this attempt is Eyeball. As he collects the monster shards, he starts getting like more powerful and kind of creepier and spooky. So then her next trial, she tries to get the shard before Eyeball can take it, but the failure is that he attacks her for it. And then I wasn't sure exactly where this fits in, but I wanted to start hinting that like Lexi can talk to Bridget, the mysterious girl from the beginning, in her dreams with Eyeball.
Yeah.
And then Bridget can be all cryptic and stuff.
Okay, so
the next drive for goal, the monsters are getting bigger as she's going to fight them. So Lexi can't fight them on her own. She needs to ask the other kids for help, but the other kids reject her. The next drive, she tries to fight. I was thinking the monsters, like as they go on, they become like amalgamations of each other and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, so she tries to fight them on her own, but the monsters attach to Eyeball, and he goes nuts.
And then what happens?
As the other kids go to... Oh, right. So the other kids are like, Eyeball's gone rogue. We gotta go get rid of him. So Lexi's like, oh no, I gotta save my friend. So she goes and tracks down Bridget in her dreams and demands answers. But Bridget reveals that the little monsters who they thought were their friends and the bad monsters are both pieces of like bigger monsters that are trying to take over the human world. And Bridget doesn't want any of the kids or Lexi to like send any of the monsters away because she wants to keep Eyeball on Earth. And Bridget is all evil and is like, your friends are gonna die. So changed goal. So she's the beat this is supposed to be is the low point.
Okay, so what happens in your low point? Just explain it so we can get there.
Yeah. Anyways, so Lexi, she's like, well, I don't have Eyeball, I can't find any monsters, so I'm just gonna run away. So she goes to her brother and she's like, we gotta leave. I think she's gonna have like a breakdown where the emotional core where she's like, you're just like dad who's like never home and stuff. She's like, you don't care about me, no one cares about me. And then Thomas comes in and he's like, what? No, I love you and you need to just ask for help and let people in. So then girding the loins means like figuring out what she needs to do and solving her problem. So Lexi gets Brody and Thomas to go to the final battle where everyone's like hurt and dying and Lexi needs help for that final kind of climactic battle stuff. I wanted Lexi to like run a distraction and eventually like, I don't know, connect with Eyeball, and because of their friendship she solves it. I don't know. But anyways, I got to this point, I was like, this feels like a midpoint because there's a whole bunch of questions that are not answered. And then at the very end, the outcome I want for Lexi is that the monsters all go home, but Lexi now is friends with the other kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's my outline.
Well, I know
my cheeks feel hot.
I know you've been like nervous giggling through the whole thing.
It's spooky.
In my English class, we're doing a project about graphic novels. It's so easy because of how much comic content we've been through.
Aw, I'm glad we could help.
Well, we might have nothing to do with their
Oh no.
content.
Oh no.
Ursula's just her cheeks are red, guys.
I'm so nervous.
She's so nervous. Well, Brightside said it sounds like a video game, and then they def would buy.
Oh, cool.
I don't even know where to go with this, like, exactly, because, like, because you've changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to say where we should tackle this. It's definitely, like, a different, like, outline to what I'm used to, right?
Oh, okay. What are you more used to seeing?
Well, you've seen my outlines. Like, I do the 7-point, right?
Oh, true.
Like, this has a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not it's just it's a fleshed out version of it. I would say, I guess just looking at it, like, I agree with you that there's, like, a lot of questions, but it almost feels like the beginning, like, it doesn't fully, like, attach with the ending exactly. Like, I'm not sure how we get to different points, right?
Oh, okay.
And I'm not sure, like, what kind of story is set up, like, if it's a good setup for the type of story. Like, okay, so the very first, okay, I can't listen to
That's fair.
oh,
Well, there we go.
there you go. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Rainbow Road. It does have this one doesn't.
There we go. No lyrics.
Okay.
Okay.
Change the music. My outline is 14 pages. That's fine. That's like a legit outline. Like, some of them are just more expanded than others.
Yeah.
I don't outline tons, but I also outline tons. I don't know. It's confusing. Anyways, so yeah, because you get to the ending, and I have no clue how you got to the point where Lexi and Kayla are friends.
That's why I'm saying it feels like a midpoint. Like,
Yeah.
there
Well,
was no... What?
Like, I just don't understand why they become friends. Like, I get that she doesn't have any friends,
Mhm.
and that she needs to, like the whole point, like, that you're saying is that she needs to get friends.
Mhm.
But, like, okay, like, when I look at the very beginning and I look at some of, like, the tension between them, it's like, I don't know, Lexi's kind of right. Like, these people are asses. Like, why would she? Like, why is that a flaw? Like, why is your story condemning her for not wanting to be friends with the mean girls?
Oh, well, I mean, this is just focusing on Lexi's arc. Like, I was hoping the other characters would grow as well.
Right.
It just might be at a different cadence than this.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd want, like, by the end, Kayla would, like, learn to not be controlling of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just confused as to, like, why Lexi needs people. I'm asking questions. I'm poking at you. Making you think.
Well, I think she's definitely lonely. I'm not sure if that comes across in this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know in general you need people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean Kayla will be hit by a bus? Probably. Yeah, like, I know you need people. Like, I understand that. It's just, like, I don't know, like...
Is it like Lexi needs, like, a specific to her reason?
I guess so. It's kind of like... What is it like? It's just... Like... It just, like, I'm trying to make sense of it, right? Because if it's, like, the main thing that... Because, like, your main character's, like, plot arc is going to be, like, a major theme for your story, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like, I guess, the theme you're going for is like teamwork and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And building towards that. You don't really have any examples of people who are on teams.
Oh, okay.
Like you have nothing to really like contrast, right? Because you have the
Oh.
team of mean girls,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like they're a team, really, right? Because like Kayla's just an authoritarian mean girl leader. It sounds like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that's not
Mhm.
teamwork. And it's
Oh,
fine if
okay.
that's like a plot that she needs to work on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you mean. Because I did have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of cutting it because I was worried it made things too long, but I was thinking of having it so that Brody and Thomas, the older brother and the friend, are also secretly like dealing with this monster stuff, and
Yeah.
they're like a good team together.
Well, I think, okay, like my main large critique that I haven't even touched on is that
Oh.
this is going to be way too big.
Oh no.
Because you're already hitting like way too many pages, right? To
Right.
get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes down to like Kayla being like Sash. Wait, I don't know what that is.
It's a animation show.
Okay. I don't really know anything. All I know is Bibio games, and I don't even know those. Yeah, I think it's like I was telling you, like there's a way for you to slow down the plot and have her meet the monster and stuff, but that might not necessarily even be where you want to start if it's not about her relationship with the monster from beginning to end. Like you could start earlier or later, or I guess later would be. I don't know how you would start even earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know how you'll have all the space to fully develop Kayla's character and have her have like a big plot arc without like super expanding your story out.
Right. Okay.
Like I think you might be like overcomplicating things a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you still want it to be interesting though, obviously. So it's hard to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, get back in. Wait, this side note, this plush thing is disgusting.
It's horrifying. It's a horrifying toy.
And grabbing those two can.
Okay,
It's
good.
less offensive.
Yes.
Are you allowed to offer suggestions? You can, and I might even end up critiquing your suggestions, but like,
Yeah, be warned.
because I more want to show you guys how to do things. Like, okay, so this is like a good start of an outline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I can't type because this isn't my copy, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Oh well. I guess. I guess we gotta just deal, because it'd be good to like write out some.
And you
New
can't leave
stuff.
comments on it
Yeah.
either. Dang it.
Yeah. So we're kind of stuck. Okay. I was thinking Regina George from Mean Girls. My several chapters have a full page of bullet notes. Well, the thing is, this is not a long story. Like, this is a novella. Like, graphic novels are basically novellas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you have multiple teams of people, right? And they all have different things going on, it's a lot. What if you went with what if you went with the thing that you said was too much as like a main thing?
Which thing?
You mentioned like something about her brother,
Right.
because you seem to really want to include her brother.
I do. um,
I would like ask you why you need like a whole monster team to be doing things, you know?
mm-hmm.
Because like there's just something about it where it doesn't feel like it lines up with your story exactly. Just like the way that you're setting it up, because it doesn't feel like Lexi actually is the character you're saying that she is, like based on like what I've seen and like what her actions are. It's like you're saying like she does want friends and stuff. Because you say that she doesn't need friends and it's easier without friends, but like when we had the opening, like she clearly wanted she wanted Brody to watch her do the thing. Like she's straight up like trying to obtain friends at the very beginning. It's just not the friends you think it is.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And she's going out of her way to get the monster. So like I don't feel like you can say that she is a character who needs to learn to have friends.
Right.
Because the way that you have it is she's going through the story, making a bunch of friends. They're just not the mean girl friends.
Yeah,
and
true.
I think she's justified in not being their friends. And I just don't think you have her flaw correct.
Oh, okay. Because this, again, I didn't make alterations to this after our last talk. So, because you did suggest having it so that she doesn't want the monster, but the monster sticks around and she, like, learns to befriend it, I guess.
So answering comments. Sorry if this is off topic, but my partner and I want to start streaming comic art. What programs and equipment are needed? When we started, we just had OBS and our little Mac and a microphone. I'd suggest not having your internal microphone. That would be a good start. But don't buy too much. I think these ones are cheaper than the Blue Yeti.
Oh, yeah?
I think they were. Because these are just like stage mics. And well, actually, no, because you need input. USB mic.
Oh, you're right. Because we have
because we have the terrible audio interface.
Yes.
Yeah. So never mind. Maybe just get the other mic. I don't know. Just go for it. Make a bunch of mistakes. No one's gonna be watching at first, anyways.
True. Just slowly iterate as you go.
Yeah, exactly. I remember a video you did had the HTML thing, so nice to it seems to end with monsters leaving, starting with meeting the monsters would give it symmetry. Yeah, like I think that's like a good thing that she has set up, that the monsters show up and then they leave, and that's like part of it. It's just kind of what happens in Tamers, but like I don't think you need it to start with her meeting the monster necessarily entirely. Because like you can have them leave. The way that would work is that like, okay, you start in a world where everyone's already has these secret monsters, right?
Right.
And then something happens that threatens the existence of monsters, right?
Right.
And then at the end, it would be a shift in status quo where there's no more monsters. It would just be an event plot. Like you'd need something to get that rolling, but you don't necessarily need that kind of they show up and then they leave, like exact symmetry.
Right.
But that also works.
Okay.
Is this an ET style plot where she has to hide the monsters, or are the monsters normal? They have to be hidden, but I don't think it really serves anyone for there to be a whole plot arc about hiding the monster.
Yeah, no.
Like that's fun. It's just a lot of time. You're fine, okay?
Fatal.
Fados.
Fatal. He's up on the back of the couch like a freaking parrot. Come here, bud. Fatal. Come here.
Okay, off
Come
with it.
on. Good boy.
He's staring out the window, surveying his kingdom.
Exactly.
Why are their monsters hiding? Do they need to pay monster tax? Natica,
Don't
you're
bark.
Okay, they're gonna start. Vito, come here. Vito.
Bud.
Ursula's gonna pick you up.
I will. Come here, bud.
Yeah, Ursula's gonna. You're gonna be best friends. We're getting Fado. We're getting Fado on the line. He's gonna help. Real plot, tax evasion. It's all a pyramid scheme.
I gotcha. Oh, I gotcha.
But it all goes back to like what kind of story do you want to be telling? Like what is fun for you to write? Like what about writing a monster magical girl thing is fun to you?
Yeah, the thing I was excited about. So I wanted the team because I wanted to play around with like different cute little designs for these monsters.
Yeah.
And sorry, there's a troublemaker here. Go sit with Dad. Yeah, so I liked the idea of having like a bunch of different monsters that would be fun to design and play around with their powers and stuff. I also was excited for like the power of friendship kind of plot device.
Well, I think you're shooting yourself in the foot
Why?
by having a character that doesn't want to do the things that you're interested in doing.
Oh, okay. I see.
Do you disagree, or or is that also fun?
That's also fun.
Yeah,
I also like the outcast character.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but they're usually character B for a reason.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, Rika's not the main character.
Yeah.
Like you can do that, but I'm just saying that like then it kind of becomes a smaller story and less hanging out with other people, because otherwise it's gonna balloon, right?
Right.
Like you can have her not like people, but in that situation, you know Paranorman, right? Like they get stuck together in a little ragtag team because of circumstance, you know? Like they have to work together, and that develops their teamwork. But right now you have them very separate, and they're antagonizing each other from the beginning and getting like they're not having a lot of time to react, which is kind of like your problem, right?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
You have them at odds, and she doesn't want to join the team,
right?
Which is fine for the way that you set it up, but you don't get to have them interact at all, you know?
Yeah, true.
So you don't get to do because if you did have them interact more, I think you could definitely get away with Kayla becoming like her friend and that kind of being part of it. And I think you could probably squeeze in the brother plot in the background if you looked in I think you could squeeze in the brother plot if that was the case. But the problem is because you don't have a lot of space, right? Your story needs to be small. You're adding too many venues for one, because they're going from different place to different place, and they're not getting a lot of character interaction, right? It's a lot of her alone,
right?
You know, it's not a lot of like Tammy and Amanda and them working together, you know, and becoming friends.
Okay. So, right. So too many venues. Characters are spending too much time apart. That really grows the story. So is it better to have something like they get stuck together in a situation like, I don't know, the buddy, little buddy. Oh,
in trouble.
He's getting. Oh my goodness, buddy.
Okay, maybe put him down.
We're putting him down.
Yeah, euthanizing him would stop him annoying us.
Oh my goodness.
Where did you go?
You can't go down that way. He's like, no. Buddy. Oh, there's Matica's tail. Alright.
Oh my god, I think they
Okay,
no, I think they just pushed my seat down.
I think so.
They lowered.
You're small now. Oh my goodness.
I'm a little taller now.
There. Okay.
Alright, we're back.
We're back.
Trying to
I
cut that out.
think, yeah. So would it be better to have a situation like, I don't know, the monsters are like, they're trapped in a, I don't know, a pocket dimension or something with their monsters and they all have to find a way out.
They don't have to be in a pocket dimension. You just need to. I mean, you can do that if that's something that interests you.
Mhm.
I think the venues issue is more that, like, your characters are literally, like, worlds apart.
Right.
They're, like, all over the place. You have, like,
Okay.
your character, and then you have the team, and they're like,
Wait.
why did
Okay.
you do it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. That's what pocket monsters do.
Pocket monster dimension.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
pocket monster dimension. Okay, gotcha.
It's like there's other ways to make your characters have to interact. And like this is a problem that like a lot of people actually face. So that's good. Is that you need to write it so that your characters have to be together, okay?
Yes.
Like they need to have a reason to interact with each other. Otherwise, they're never going to. And you have some of that. Like they have common goals,
Yep.
but they never become like fully common, right? Like
Right.
they're kind of moving parallel their stories rather than like merging together.
Right. So is it better if they all have these monsters, like they all
Mhm.
find them, and then they're all like, well, we should get them home, and then they work on that together?
Maybe, but why would they work together? Then you're not gonna have any tension, because if they, because that's an issue too, right? Because like
Right.
if these two characters don't like each other,
Right.
like you can't start with them with being like, okay, let's work together on this thing. Like that's not that's not gonna work either.
Okay.
You know, it's gotta be like the fictional equivalent of being forced into a group project. Like,
To wear their get along shirt.
yeah, exactly. You have to find a get along shirt to put them in. Otherwise, you're not gonna have any of that like
Oh, right.
combativeness, right? Like,
Right.
if you think about like, Pokemon, they do that. Like, Misty is like Ash is stuck with Misty because he fries her bike, right? Like,
Yeah, true.
or in Digimon they get sent to a pocket dimension because they're the real pocket monsters. And they're stuck together working together
Right.
because it's too dangerous to go alone,
Right.
right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there are, oh, it's just the quiet section of the song.
Yes.
It's so scary.
We're all
A shared secret. I'm imagining Charizard and Kark. A shared secret, but different opinions on what to do about it. That is what she has now,
Mhm.
right? Because like they all know about it, and they all have different ideas, and they've all scattered. You know, like
Yeah.
like they need to get together. You need to have Bilbo hang out with the dwarves, you know? Like they can't just be apart.
Right.
They have to like continue to have conflict. So like what are ways? So these monsters, like you have kind of a parallel
Mhm.
that's evil of like these monsters needing to like amalgam to become giant big scary monsters, right?
Yes.
So I imagine there's got to be a way that means that these characters got to get stuck together. What if okay, what are some ideas? one of the ideas I had was, what if her monster amalgams with another monster as an option?
Okay.
What if they need all of the monsters together in order to do a basic task, right?
Right.
You know, like in Madoka Magica when they're doing the cake thing, the cake song. You know,
Right.
they're all they all need to be together for the cake song in
Yeah.
order for it to work. That's a
Forgot about that
possibility.
scene. Yes,
Cake.
but yeah.
I did it again.
You monster.
I'm an amalgam. Me and
True.
Ursula are an amalgam. I'm sad. Oh, so maybe all the monsters have to get together for some reason?
Are they gonna be Voltron?
Yeah, they could be a Cthulhu
It's-
Voltron together.
It's like Corinne Logan, where he like drills into the body.
Yeah, you need to think of a way that can happen.
Right.
And you need to change her want.
Yeah.
And her need a little bit.
Okay.
It's a good starting point. It's very good to be like, they need to work together. It's very Amanda. It's very lone wolf. Like
Exactly.
like they need to like accept other people, but she just doesn't seem like that kind of character entirely.
Right.
Like you could change her to be more like that. Like that's your option. Like you can either change her as a character or you can change what you want to do with the character that you have.
Right.
Right? So like grabbing the nasty ball again. So if you want,
What was that?
I don't know, it made a scary noise.
Did you rupture it?
Oh no, I think I might have. Put it away from me, I'm dangerous.
What have you done?
Just put it away. Where it can't hurt us.
Here.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trouble.
So much trouble.
I destroy every fidget toy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The monsters feel a monster. Space Jam.
All right.
A reverse
So.
Pokemon story where the monster collects and train humans. That's a good prompt.
Yeah. Okay. So. She needs her want and need changed.
Or
so.
You need to change her as a character.
Right.
So if you wanted to change her as a character, you would. I don't know how you would do it entirely. It's definitely doable.
I don't
It's
know.
just,
It feels
it's just harder.
it feels like it would just be making it more complicated for myself if every time they try to be friends with her, she runs the heck away
Yeah,
because she doesn't want
exactly.
friends. So yeah.
I mean, that story is great because like you're basically writing Honeywells, right? Like they don't want to hang out with the story, and then
True.
it becomes very small because you're dealing with one single character, right?
True.
Who's on their own little adventure, but that's not what you want out of the story. What?
What?
What ghost?
Doku, what are you talking about?
Doku's adding ghosts.
All right. Right. Okay, so if I went the other way and changed her want and flaw, what would you suggest?
I don't know.
'Cause
She probably
I'm
has
not
one.
sure.
You just need to identify the one that she currently has.
Right.
I think you identified like she's definitely lonely. Like that's definitely a want, but that's not a very concrete want.
Right.
You had a very concrete want at the beginning where she wanted like that. Well, that was the problem at the beginning. Was it was a very concrete want where it's like, I want my brother and his boyfriend to pay attention to me. Like that was a very clearly stated want. You just didn't know you were doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
What if I could change it so that she really wants a friend? Like she's lonely. She wants to hang out with like Kayla and
Yeah.
the others. But every time she does, she's like really awkward or they don't like her or whatever.
And then they have to work together.
And then they have to work together.
Okay,
Okay.
but what's her problem? She's just awkward.
I know, like I wouldn't want that to be like a flaw because that's mean.
Like she doesn't really have to change as a character if that's the case, right? Like,
True, yeah, it would be more about them being accepting.
yeah, or even like it could be her being shy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, think, ignore like the Kayla plot and stuff. Like, start thinking about like her as a character, like just as a person. Like,
Right.
what does she want in life in general?
Right.
Yeah. At this point in time in her life, what is she needing?
Yeah.
What does she desire?
Right. Well, okay, so her kind of backstory that I had for her that might help shine some light on it. So I was thinking that she has like very absent parents.
Right.
I wasn't sure. Like I was thinking like she might have parents who are like always away on business or like always working and never home. So it's usually just her and her brother. And I was thinking she's also like a bit of a troublemaker at school. She's very like rebellious. I was thinking of like because with the original like flaw and stuff, I was thinking she really wants attention because she's not getting it from anywhere. So the only way she gets it is by like acting out and being rude.
Yeah, but the problem is like it's not so much she needs friendship in that case. Like she needs like parents. Like
I know.
Like I don't think that's gonna solve it unless you have like a replacement parent.
Right.
You know.
Right. The
Right,
monster
like,
becomes her dad.
Because like the example you would have is her brother could
Yeah.
take on that role.
Yeah.
Because it's not so much that like she would need different parents in that case. She would need what the parents aren't providing.
Right.
And that's a lot of like nurturing and stuff and guidance, which she's not going to be getting from Kayla.
Kayla be my mom.
You know?
Yeah, I get you. You're right. So yeah, that is very different.
Yeah. Amanda needs parents. But she's very, very searching hers out.
She needs someone, like anyone.
If she wants attention, why doesn't she show everyone her cool monster friend?
That is a question.
That is a question. I mean, she could show off. Like, that is something to write down. That is an idea. That feels like what you're saying there is a very good middle bit to do. It feels like one of the beats of a story, but not so much a main desire or want, which is what we're kind of trying to determine here.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know like this is the stuff like that you sit and do dishes and figure out.
Yeah.
It's like I'll give suggestions, but in the end, it is your story.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna use that reverse Pokemon idea. That's exciting.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. I know, because like you want the big want to be like a physical thing, because it can't be like I want attention, right? It would need to be like I want attention from.
I mean, you don't even have like a general want really determined.
Okay.
You know, like you have like this want for attention, but I don't really see where it's coming from. Because like I understand like from a psychological perspective here that like she wants attention because she can't get it from her parents, so she seeks it out from like friends and acting out.
Yeah.
Which is good like character development.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want her at the end of the story, like
Yes.
okay, let's think about the ending you want out of the story. You want her together with friends.
Right.
Okay? So she has to want friends.
Right. Okay.
Right? Like that would be the concrete thing she gets at the end.
Right.
is that they all are friends,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't need the monster to be her friend.
Right.
Like, that's the end, right? Like,
Mhm.
she can give up the monster because she has friends.
Yes.
I don't know how we get the other plot going on interweaved here.
It could be.
That, or okay, well, yeah, what's stopping her? Like, I guess what's stopping her, if she wants friends and she just needs to make attention, like, I guess you need to know what's stopping her. Because, like, what does she need to do in order to get friends? Like, why hasn't she just got them yet?
Right. Would it be a good idea to do something like she keeps trying to get friends, but she acts out and like annoys them, or
What, is she too neurodiverse? Like, she needs to become neurotypical?
No. I was thinking more like she gets them into
Stop
trouble.
info dumping.
Like, she gets them into trouble all the time, and like, so maybe sometimes she might have a friend, but then their parents are like, well, don't hang out with her, she's trouble.
Well, why does it even have to be about friends in that case? Like, why can't she just already be friends with these people, kind of, in like a way? And her problem is that she keeps getting into trouble.
Okay,
like, that's another possibility that would be a lot easier, is maybe she should like start hanging out with the right crowd. In which case, like, you would want Kayla to not be terrible.
Okay, so Kayla's a nice girl.
Yeah.
Redemption. Okay.
Yeah, because then what you're doing is doing the story from Matt's POV instead of Ty's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, if Kayla is the... Well, I guess Madoka doesn't get powers. If Kayla is Usagi, I forget who's the ones. I
don't think there's like a
lone wolf, yeah.
A lone wolf, at least in the original.
Yeah.
When it starts.
Yeah. She needs to be good friends, but Kayla and her group are not nice people, so she doesn't want to be friends with them. But then the problem is with them, right? Like,
yeah.
You want the problem to be coming from Kayla. We're trying to determine, like, what specifically about Kayla
Lexi.
Oh, sorry.
Lexi's the main character.
Yeah, what specifically about Lexi needs to change in order for her to get her want at the end? And, like, this is so hard to determine because, like, it's so integral for, like, every plot.
Yes.
And it's even more difficult when you're dealing with, like, such a tight little story because you can't have multiple, because otherwise your story is going to balloon. Like, the more desires. Maybe she's a narc, so no one thinks. What if... Okay, picture this.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Lexi is up to trouble.
Okay.
She's roped in some friends.
All right.
Kayla is here. Doesn't want to be.
Okay.
They get up to trouble and they see a monster. And Lexi's like, I'm going for it.
Okay.
And Kayla's like, this is a horrible idea. And they all end up with monsters.
Okay.
Stuck with them.
I like that a lot. I like the idea of Lexi being a little mischievous troublemaker. Okay.
Why? Okay, yeah, reverse it. Like, like, Kayla doesn't have to be the bad one. Like, Kayla can be like, Lexi, you need to stop collecting these shards that are turning your monstrous. And she's like, it's a monster. It's heckin' cool, Kayla. It's totally radical, Kayla.
Okay.
You don't understand. And she does a kickflip with eyeball.
Yes, I love this. Okay, so like, Kayla can be the voice of reason. And then she's a really good kind of ally to be like, yo, stop making trouble for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she can be like hiding like her cool little monster friend and like all this stuff.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, like we don't know about this, but her brother's in the background with his own monster, right?
Right.
And then around midpoint time, brother finds out and
Yes.
she's like, oh no. And he's like, what have you been doing? Like, all here's the lore dump, okay? Like, here's what's
Sorry.
going on.
Like the mic.
Here's the lore dump. You need to stop. And she's like he stops her somehow, like
Mhm.
with his superior monster knowledge, but she like skirts around it and starts causing even more trouble and really stirring the pot, right?
Right.
And she's still ignoring Kayla, and now she's even ignoring like her brother, and she just thinks she's so cool. So radical.
Right. But what she's doing is like
Horrible.
bringing all the monsters in to like destroy the world or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Thank you for workshopping with me.
Like, if you want a hoodlum character, like that's a very obvious thing to do.
True.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Anything is legal when there's no cops around. Exactly.
Exactly.
Nothing is legal when they are.
This is a anti kid in school. That's a metaphor for drug use. Yes.
She's chasing the dragon. Yeah. The end. Oh no, the consequences to my own actions.
Exactly.
It's basically that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's a good jump off point for me to do a new outline.
Yeah, I would say that you probably will need to redo chapter 1 because everything's changing so much, and
Yep.
now I know where you're trying to go. It
Yes.
will help.
Mhm.
So I will. That's a certification saying that you're allowed to do chapter 1 again.
Stamp of approval.
Yeah, it's a little.
Thank you.
Oh. I made her ill with my
Did
stamp of approval.
I'm coughing out all the bad writing.
This was very specific, but I guess this is what you guys wanted to see, right? Like how I figure this stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
First, kids try Ouija boards to see if it has any kick. It does. Yeah, because like when you have a story like this, like you need to figure out. First and foremost, you want to be telling a story that you're interested in telling.
Right.
If like you start workshopping to the point like the story is unrecognizable and like it works, but you're not interested in doing it, like you failed re-outlining it. You need to like what we're doing here is like you need to like pin down like what specifically you want to be writing about.
Right.
And I guess specifically, I mean vaguely, but like what are like key concepts of things that you cannot let go? Like what has to be in this story in order for you to enjoy it still? And then you can start changing things in order to work well with that rather than adding more things you're interested in, because inevitably that all falls apart.
Right.
Right? And then when you sand it down, you want to, you know, if your goal is to make a horse of marble, don't start making Davids. Okay, you got to chisel out the right thing.
Gotcha.
You don't if you don't want to get to a point where you're making little sausages of marble, like don't start making a naked man. Okay, because you're gonna get to that point. Okay, you gotta know where you're going a little bit.
Gotcha.
If you don't want to be writing something grimdark, you need to notice that you're putting grimdark things in and stop.
Yeah.
You'll end up with a centaur. Oh man, there you go. That's a happy like little medium. Well, yeah, like in that point you'd be getting a centaur, right? Like I mean, centaurs still have sausages, which is why we need centaurs to wear pants. Um,
Oh my god.
I'm forever advocating for centaur pants. So please clothe your centaurs.
Please. I have a question for you.
This is a Christian live stream. Centaurs wear pants here. Okay, what are you saying?
Okay. When you are thinking up a story, what do you start with? Do you start with like a theme? Is it an idea for like
I think,
a trope?
man, it would be real cool to write about horses, and I start writing about horses, and I see where it takes me.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you just keep things in mind that you're like, I really want to do this.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
Make sure it works. Okay.
Like I start seeing like where it could go, and I'm like, okay, that's a good direction. I'm gonna head in that direction, and then I hit a wall, and I'm like, well, that was a horrible direction, and we start again.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
pretty similar to this. It's just I would write out a whole bunch of scenes, and I kind of would see the outline in my mind. It's like
I don't know how you do that.
like Terezi, like
My-
looking
Mine's
at
just empty.
looking at the different like possibilities. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I stare into different timelines.
Yeah, boy centaurs. Yes.
Oh wow, we're going all the way today. Give them skirts. Yeah, they can wear skirts.
Yeah.
Okay, like I am okay with skirts, but they need to cover up.
Cover up.
Centaurs need to cover up.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take anything from this other than that, I'll be happy. Do centaurs have the organs of their human half? They don't need an extra heart. You can just have a bigger heart, you doofus.
Wait, does that mean that
It
where's the
pumps
heart?
slower.
Is it in their human chest or their horse chest?
Probably their horse chest because it'd be big.
So there'd be no heart in their human chest? That's weird. I don't
Yeah.
like centaur internal organs. It freaks
Yeah.
me out. Outlining your centaur 101? Exactly.
A whale could crush you with its heart.
I don't want to be in a whale heart.
Yeah.
Don't put me there.
It'd be like this.
No, I don't want to be crushed.
Yeah, the lub dead.
No dub for you.
Wait, what is it the what one's in? Lub.
I don't know.
I don't know how hearts work. I'm not a
Giraffes have 2 hearts?
Giraffes do?
No way.
What?
I hate that.
Do giraffe? I'd be fascinated to learn if they did. But they usually just have big ones. Like elephants have really big hearts.
True.
I hate that. Okay, my voice is dying and I've talked for an hour. So on Saturday we won't be doing this so that Ursula has time, and we're gonna do this again on Thursday, I think.
Yep, we'll be back
Yes.
next Thursday.
Next
Make
Thursday.
sure to subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, and tell Ursula that she's bad at art.
Thank you.
Everyone tell Ursula
Tell
that she's
me.
ugly and bad at art.
Please
It would make her day.
leave it in the comments.